apo hishtha mayo bhuvastha na urje tadhatana mahe ranath chakshase, which means, O water, because of your presence, the atmosphere is so refreshing and imparts us with vigor and strength. You, who gladden us by your pure essence, we revere you. From time immemorial, water has been the elixir of life, the giver of life. World's greatest civilizations flourished along the banks of rivers and water bodies. India shares a deep spiritual relationship with water, which is why many rivers and water bodies are worshipped as goddesses. India has about 18% of world population but has only 4% of utilizable water resources. So skewedness in demand and supply is reflected in various forms of water stressing. In ancient times, numerous traditional ways were prevailing to meet the local demands at a very small scale. Efficient water storage has been a part of city planning right from the times of ancient civilizations. 20th century marked the era of large dams. In today's world, dams are a vital part of our society's critical water infrastructure. Major components of comprehensive strategy to address major challenges posed by drought, flooding, depleted aquifers, environmental needs, clean water, clean energy, and food security, among others. In addition to direct benefits, these also provide numerous indirect benefits to a nation. As per International Commission on Large Dams, about 58,000 large dams are in operation worldwide. India ranks third with more than 5,300 existing large dams. These water bodies store annually approximately 300 billion cubic meter of water. About 4,000 Indian dams are more than 25 years old and 300 dams are more than 100 years old. The Kallanai Dam, which was commissioned in the 1st century AD, is providing services to the nation from more than 2,000 years. It shows that it is often misunderstood that the average life expectancy of a dam is mere 50 to 100 years. These engineering marvels have been constructed with huge investment. Long-term sustenance of these dams enables planned operational benefits from them. If a dam fails, it may cause loss of life, damage to property, and huge impact on environment. India experienced a few dam failures, the worst being the failure of Machu 2 Dam in the year 1979 in Gujarat. In current time, the major challenges being faced by our water infrastructure include climate change, making floods and droughts more frequent and intense. Aging risks with existing water infrastructure now require an infusion of investment and legislation to address safety and reliability. A fundamental disconnect in current time is society has been quick to privatize development gains and socialize development risks around dams. In order to address these challenges, Ministry of Jal Shakti is working on 3 main strategies: institutional strengthening of our dam owners, academic institutions and central agencies, physical rehabilitation of dams, enactment of dam safety legislation which ensures sound health and mitigates risks associated with dams. These strategies are being achieved through dam safety programs being taken from time to time. The first program, called the Dam Safety Assurance and Rehabilitation Project, was implemented with the support of World Bank from 1991 to 1999 at a cost of 423 crore rupees in 4 states: Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. The second program is the World Bank-assisted Dam Rehabilitation and Improvement Project called DRIP, started in the year 2012 with a budget outlay of 3,466 crore rupees or $533 million. The scheme has rehabilitation provision for 223 dams located in 7 states with 10 implementing agencies on board. The CWC has been entrusted with overall coordination and supervision.
India's DRIP is the largest and the most important project, and which have been providing a lot of support for rehabilitating and ensuring safety of many existing dams. The DRIP now has been showing an important model for how to enhance this dam safety framework to the other part of the world.
Preparatory activities took about 3 to 4 years initially, which include establishment of state project management units, inspection of 260 dams by agency-specific dam safety review panels with appropriate recommendations, design flood review of 250 dams, preparation of project screening templates for 250 dams, including approval by CWC and World Bank. The scheme has 3 components. The first component deals with rehabilitation of selected dams and its associated appurtenances. This component has almost 84% of project cost.
Dam rehabilitation and improvement project is dedicated to improve our existing water assets, thus will provide long-term water security to this country. This scheme will make resilient dams, resilient communities, and will address new challenges of climate changes also, which may result in possibilities of extreme floods or drought in near future.
One of key achievements of DRIP has been that 158 dams now have improved ability to safely pass the revised design flood. The various measures undertaken to improve the ability of these dams to trade off the increase in design floods include construction of parapet walls, additional spillways and modification of existing spillways, flush bars, fuse plugs, repair of spillways glacis, and downstream energy dissipation arrangements.
In the DRIP program, we have taken the pointing, reaming of the pore holes, the restoration of the baffle wall in the Stirling Basin, and for the safety and security purpose, we have installed 3 cameras and HIMARS lights and security rooms also constructed. This DRIP scheme has helped to address dam safety issue to large extent.
The operational safety of a dam is guided by man-made activities like operation of spillway gates, under-sluice gates, hoisting system by manual or through automatic control system with human interface. The 128 dams have been strengthened in this area, which include repair and replacement of spillway gates, under-sluice gates, hoisting system, control system, and SCADA. The excessive seepage through a dam beyond a permissible limit may lead to water loss and undermine the safety of a given dam if not attended in time. About 69 dams have been attended with various seepage reduction measures, which include application of geomembrane, grouting, improvement in foundation and cutoff, raking and pointing of upstream faces, joint treatment using hydrophilic materials.
Some facts on the DRIP project where I have been involved for more than 2 years, and one is the exceptional work on capacity building, the appropriate way in which the risk framework has been adopted, plus an enormous and very remarkable work on diagnosis and rehabilitation projects. All these together with reinforcing new legislations and best practices from all senses. And India is becoming a mirror for the world, as you are not only adapting, but making a good progress on best practices on dam safety.
The structural safety ensures that a given dam is safe in case subjected to extreme loading conditions. Under DRIP, 153 dams have been improved in this respect through various measures like rehabilitation of dam abutments, improvement of slopes and drainage, earth dams resectioning, reaming of porous and foundation drains, strengthening dam section by providing backing concrete. Apart from major rehabilitation activities, the improvement of basic facilities is equally important from disaster management perspective to ensure quick response during any emergency. These facilities have been improved for 165 dams. These include improvement of dam access roads, culverts and bridges, external and internal lighting, standby generators, material testing facilities, control rooms, repair and improvement of dam safety offices, staff quarters and inspection houses, security arrangement, and training facilities. Instrumentation and dam health monitoring is considered the backbone of comprehensive safety evaluation and health monitoring of dams. This helps in planning of suitable rehabilitation measures at appropriate time and prioritize the allocation of limited financial resources. This information is vital for risk-based decision system in dam safety. Instrumentation and monitoring systems have been proposed for 115 dams. It has been ensured 5 years post-installation warranty that installed instruments must work for minimum 5 years.
It's not just about safety in its narrow sense. It's really about saying that how do you invest in breaking an important cycle which we see all over the world. And the cycle is build, decay, and rebuild. Can we break this paradigm and ensure that build is followed by intensive operations and management and support of how to turn an infrastructure asset to produce the services for its citizens? We have to invest in the ability to build and manage. That's the commitment that we have in DRIP.
Non-structural measures are equally important in mitigating associated risks with the dam. Two most important documents include Preparation of Emergency Action Plan, Operation and Maintenance Manual. These two documents contain adequate operational and emergency flexibility to efficiently handle any emergency and smartly operate the reservoir over a period of time. Central Water Commission has completed dam break analysis and inundation mappings for 222 dams and provided to all partner agencies. Under DRIP, each dam has been equipped with these two important protocols.
With the introduction of Dam Rehabilitation and Improvement Program, the World Bank supported program, this has changed the way we are looking at dam safety in the state. Through this DRIP program now, there is a continuous training and capacity development of the engineers associated with dams.
Another important beginning includes dissemination and implementation of published emergency action plans through stakeholder consultation programs by inviting all stakeholders. This initiative of public consultations had been appreciated by all disaster management agencies at state and central levels, which is altogether a new beginning through this scheme.
Without gas, we cannot survive. So, studies like these and the efforts being made, because unless we all come together, work together, strive together, we will continue to make rainfalls as floods. And if we all work together, analyze the things, prepare ourselves well, then definitely we will be avoiding many disasters in future.
Second component of DRIP is focused on dam safety institutional strengthening, which is one of the most important pillars of dam safety. This includes customized national and international training programs. About 179 national programs have been conducted, wherein about 5,200 officials have been trained, in addition to 5 international training programs. Capacity building of 8 academic institutions. Also, capacity building of 2 central institutions, CSMRS and CWPRS, had also been done. All these institutions have been strengthened through latest laboratory instruments, equipment, advanced modeling software, as well as exposure to field problems.
We are very grateful to the DRIP project that we were able to develop several of our laboratories and other technical support like software, etc., with the help of DRIP projects in almost all the major departments of the institute.
This is the foundation for creating a pool of trained dam safety professionals to handle various challenges in coming time. To meet the long-term need of trained professionals in the country, a postgraduate M.Tech course in dam engineering has been started by IIT Roorkee, IISc Bengaluru, and IIT Madras. The standardization and publication of technical guidelines and manuals is an overarching pillar in dam safety. Under DRIP, 14 guidelines and manuals have been published. These documents will assist Indian dam owners to initiate advance action for various important activities envisaged in proposed dam safety bill. To ensure global acceptability, leading national and international experts were associated. Annual Dam Safety Conference has been a regular activity since the year 2015 onward. These conferences provided a common platform to DRIP as well as non-DRIP states and other dam safety professionals to share their knowledge and experience. During these events, in addition to knowledge sharing, DRIP has also attempted to showcase our local culture and traditions of concerned states through cultural programs to make participants familiar with rich Indian culture and traditions. During DRIP implementation, official collaborations with various leading global institutions like Deltares, Netherlands, United States Bureau of Reclamation, Japan Water Agency, Entura, Australia, Polytechnic College Valencia, and Spancold, Spain. To address long-term sustainable management of existing water infrastructure, a web-based tool called Dam Health and Rehabilitation Monitoring Application or DHARMA has been developed to manage dam assets systematically.
Project like DRIP is not so much important from the point of view of physical rehabilitation of dams, but the other benefits which these kind of schemes brings in. The mention was made of all kinds of guidelines, all kinds of manuals which have been created, all kinds of software like DHARMA to know the health of a dam which has been created, the emergency action plans which are being prepared.
Construction supervision and quality assurance are supposed to be the backbone of any infrastructure project. The third-party construction supervision and quality assurance was entrusted to Central Water Commission. Through CPMU consultant, CWC conducted more than 1,000 CS and QA visits, including more than 600 construction material samplings during scheme implementation. The appropriate corrective actions were suggested to all partners. The third component is project management. Monitoring mechanism was very robust. The National Level Steering Committee, headed by Secretary, Department of WR, RD and GR and concerned state principal secretaries are its official members. This committee focused mainly about policy-related matters. The Technical Committee, headed by Member, Design and Research, Central Water Commission with appropriate representation from partner agencies, dealt with technical matters related to this scheme. Third one is World Bank Implementation and Support Review Mission to review the scheme independently and evaluate the performance rating. This mechanism has steered the scheme very successfully to achieve the intended objectives. In order to manage flow of huge information systematically, a management information system was put in place right from the beginning with weekly update. This MIS is a resource bank for all the partner agencies to monitor the scheme systematically and retrieve any information. In addition, various overarching pillars of any system, legislation is considered one of the most important. Current government has given much needed importance to this pillar.
India has been embarking in a very strong program in terms of rehabilitating the dams in order to ensure safety. It would be very good for the country if the Dam Safety Bill would be enacted very quickly.
Dam Safety Bill 2019 has been passed by Lok Sabha in August 2019. The proposed legislation is very comprehensive and have adequate provisions to ensure health and mitigate risks associated with dams.
बांध सुरक्षा के लिए अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करना और साथ साथ में जो बांध के ओनर्स हैं उनमें सेंस ऑफ रिस्पांसिबिलिटी और सेंस ऑफ क्रिएशन ऑफ अवेयरनेस इन दोनों के लिए आवश्यक है कि इस विधेयक को पारित किया जाए।
The foundation for effective dam safety assurance in India is available with the proposed dam safety legislation that captures the legal, institutional, technical and financial elements. This legislation will ensure sound construction, safe operation and sustained services from existing water infrastructure and will safeguard the downstream communities while enabling economic development. The enabling legal framework for dam safety assurance will serve to establish the minimum standards, along with duties, roles and responsibilities for assuring the safe development and operation of dams. Based on the success of DRIP Phase 1, the Union Cabinet approved a new scheme, DRIP Phase 2 and Phase 3. This new scheme has 19 states and 2 central agencies on board with pan-India participation by dam owners.
डैम रिहेबिलिटेशन एंड इम्प्रूवमेंट प्रोग्राम फेज़ 2 एंड 3 दूसरे और तीसरे चरण की मंजूरी दी गई है। 10 साल की यह परियोजना 2 चरण में होगी, जिसकी अनुमानित लागत 10,211 करोड़ रुपए होगी।
DRIP is going to prove a great rescuer for our Indian dam owners in many respects, especially in enhancing the institutional strengthening of various partners. Ministry of Jal Shakti and Central Water Commission acknowledge the valuable support provided by all official partners and other stakeholders of scheme and would like to take pleasure and pride in working together during the next scheme for better dams, for better tomorrow of India. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.